an art craft project with you. We are going to be painting a very abstract canvas, okay, from your own creativity. You can get these canvases at Hobby Lobby and PAX. You can get them at Michael's super cheap. I think Walmart even has them. You do not have to have an easel. I stole it from my daughter just so I could show you. Alright, so you could have that. You're going to need whatever color paints that you want, and we are going to do 2 different kinds of paintings today, just so you have an idea of what you can do at home. Okay, the first thing that we're going to do is you are going to take your canvas. I started one, so I'm going to move that one. And we are going to start with painter's tape. Okay, you don't have to use painter's tape, but I would not use duct tape. It would create a really sticky line. Painter's tape is the best. I did not have a very thin. It depends on what size you want your lines to be as to how thick you want your tape. Okay, I did not want it super thick, but this was as thin of painter's tape as I had in the house. So I simply was cutting my painter's tape in half to make my designated size that I wanted. Okay, I already started mine, but what you're going to do is you're going to create some kind of unique pattern, and we throw that in the crowd. You're going to create some kind of unique pattern and keep going until you are content. You can have as many or as little lines as you want, but just know that the more lines that you do have, the more abstract that your painting is going to be. Put this back up here so you can see what I'm doing. I'm just going to cut a few different pieces. Your painter's tape will try to come up if you keep pressing on the edges. It will stay down. I'm going to cut a few more pieces here, and you can do them in short pieces if you don't have help. I'm going to do this piece, and you can just keep connecting them. Okay. I'm going to keep going until, and if you can see, that did not completely finish out, so I'm going to go ahead and complete this on around. Okay, and you are going to keep doing this until you are complete. As you can see, I have mine all mapped out. Okay, now your edges are going to come up for a little bit, but as we start painting, they're not going to continue to do that. But this is great for little hands. As we start to paint, each one of these are going to be a different color. Whenever it dries and we take the paint off, it will leave a pretty abstract color. So I'm going to get rid of my tape. I'm going to turn it where you can see, and I'm going to start with blue. I'm simply using a plate. I would use a paper plate if you have small hands because, well, they have small hands and you can throw it away. Okay, so I'm going to start with blue, and I'm going to pick wherever I want to pick, and I am simply going to paint. Okay, you can use as many colors or as little colors as you like. You can go back and do 2 coats if you feel the need. Okay, I'm going to do that one and this one blue. Again, feel free to make this your own as you are painting. So I have, if you noticed, I did do a couple of coats. You don't have to. I just don't like all the white showing through. I did also use several different brushes, as you can tell. Again, you do not have to. I did it for purposes of quickly demonstrating how to do this so you don't have to sit here for long periods of time. If you don't have lots of brushes, that's okay. These brushes are usually better for what we're doing here because they cover a lot of area in a quick amount of time. Kids don't seem to have a very long attention span, so they're really good for this. So you can do as many layers as you want as you are going through this. Now, mine's almost dry, but I like mine to be a little bit more abstract, okay? So I would take and mix my colors just a little bit, okay? So I'm just going to take pink and I'm going to just brush, okay? You have to think you're talking about kids. This is supposed to be an abstract painting. You can take any color that you want and blend and mix. You can take it and sling, which I think we are also going to do. You're going to sling paint on it, okay? Again, abstract. This is not supposed to be anything that is staying between the lines because it's supposed to be colorful and bright, okay? So you can do, let's see, I have some yellow over here that I have not used that could add a burst of color into my painting. I don't want that much. And I could just burst it out the middle, okay? Just anything that you personally like. Now remember, you're not going to see all that you're seeing right now because this paint's not, or this tape's going to come off. So it's going to look a lot different whenever you take the paint off, or the tape off, okay? So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to slide up just a little bit. I'm going to get a splash of color coming out the bottom. Okay, like so. And then we'll see what it looks like whenever we're done. Now, we're going to let this one dry and we're going to do something a little bit different. Okay, so you have the splashes of color coming out here. We'll take off the paint, but we're going to let it dry. So next, we're going to do something a little bit different. Again, you're still going to have, you can use any size. It can be small, it can be big, totally preference, up to you. But we're going to make a name. Okay, now I've already done this for time's sake, but again, I just used painter's tape and I created my daughter's name. Okay, my painter's tape is coming up. So what we're going to do is I just masked off her name, and I'm actually going to let her sling paint on it because it's going to be hers. But we've masked off her name, and we are actually going to use our easel. If you have an easel, great. If not, you can prop it up outside on a tree, anything that you want. But just so we don't get the easel absolutely nasty, we are going to take a paper bag. We are going to put it over top of the easel just to cover it. So whenever she slings paint, we don't totally ruin the easel. And then we're going to put there, and we are going to sling paint on it. So let's go get it ready. Here we go. Alright guys, this is Brandy. She's going to demonstrate with her paintbrushes how to splatter her name sign. Alright Brandy. She's going to get lots of paint on her brush, and she is going to get close and she's going to sling it. Finished up painting up Brandy's. It's still really wet. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to pull it off just yet, but I will. This was the first one that we completed, so I'm going to show you what you're going to do. It is still a little tacky, but that's okay. It's not dripping. You're going to start on the back from, if you see on the back, you overlapped your tape. So if you grab some of that tape, you are slowly going to start taking the tape off. Now this is why I say you don't want really big lines. As I'm taking this off, I'm kind of wishing that I would have done a little smaller strips, but that's okay. Okay, they're all different and they're supposed to be abstract and unique. Now you can do different sizes as well. You can do big ones and small ones and make them different. But again, you're going to keep peeling off this tape until all of your tape, whatever kind of tape that you use, is gone off of your canvas. Okay, gonna keep filling it off. You don't realize how much tape you put on here until you're trying to fill it off. Okay, keep filling. Alright, so as you can see, I have an abstract piece of art that only took me a few minutes. It took me longer really to tape it off and clean up than it did to actually do the painting. Okay, you can make this your own. You can mix the colors. They're really kind of simple. You can even add glitter to them if you want to. Make it your own. Okay, so if I had an easel, I could display it in my room like so. Okay, really kind of neat. You can hang it in your room however you want to do it. I'm debating. Should I take this off, Brandy? Nope. Alright. So I'm going to leave Brandy's for a little bit later and then I will show you what it looks like. But again, this is really cool to see. I will show you Brandy's at the end of the video. Alright guys, have fun!